Oh. Be nice if I had the filters. Sorry if you guys hear the leaf blower in the background. I had to not download StreamYards. Now, where is it? Okay, there's that. Okay, that's the article. Oh, there it is. Well, I got the commentary here. I guess he's gonna send me the link later. I might as well play around. So how's it going, guys? Jesus Christ. I am so old. This stuff is so fucking new. I guess we're just gonna sit here and wait until Mr. Night Hollow comes and sends me the link. So how's everybody doing? Good thing I kind of figured this out a little bit. I think I got everything I need. And it's actually showing up on the channel. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. Well, just go ahead and sit right here and wait. Yeah, but wait, how do I screen share? Oh yeah, how do you do that? Style, media assets, overlays, banners, comment. I want to switch over to my other monitor. I guess it's just, it's not going to do that because it's just on this. I guess you really can do that. That's lame. Yeah. But yeah, like I said before, I had to restart the stream in the StreamYards. This is going to be a one-time thing. They didn't know they were charging for this. I'm like, fuck that. But yeah, I ended up finding this article on AM/FM on how to talk to someone with paranoid delusions, the do's and don'ts. And it's based on, you can say it's based on for like people that can separate fiction from reality, but you can also say it's for people that cannot separate fiction from reality. So it's either or. So what I found with it is debating about the perspective is not that simple, right? It's like debating the optical illusion of seeing the black and blue dress or the white gold dress. Like, which one is it? One person sees it as white gold and the other one sees it as black blue. But the other person's perspective makes them think something's wrong with the other person. So then how do you convince that individual that their perspective, right, is incorrect? It's impossible. You can't do it. It's a literal, and that's why I said, like, it's a wedge issue. And what Technical said was right. Like, no matter what side you're on, both sides are going to have something that makes that person look like a pedophile. Like, they're always going to look like one. The better approach is to focus on building trust and reducing stress, validating emotions, and gently guiding them towards professional help. But the issue with like debating that person, right? Let's say, for instance, they have delusions, because you don't want to challenge the delusion directly. So let's say, for instance, Mike is delusional, but he doesn't know. And I'm delusional, but I don't know. And even in the event that we're both not delusional, it's still a pointless discussion. I can't change his opinion about what he sees and how he sees things, just like how I can't change my opinion how I see and how I see things. It's impossible. They express their feelings 100% real to them. Confrontation can heighten anxiety or paranoia. And that's the problem with it. Like, yeah, I didn't think doing that would actually like cause that to people. I kind of wish I knew that like a long time ago. But like again, like this information just came out like March 5th of this year. Validate feelings, not content. Acknowledge the emotion without agreeing with the belief. Stay calm, patient, and consistent. Focus on shared reality and practical concerns. Listen empathetically first. Acknowledge without agreeing. Right, like I can see how he sees things, but at the same time, that's not how I see things, and vice versa. So apparently use reality testing. This works best in therapeutic settings. What makes you most sure about this? Is there anything that might point in a different direction? Redirect to the present and emotions. Ground them to sensory questions like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique. Name 5 things you see, 4 things you can touch. Be a North Star. What the hell does that mean? Offer consistent support and presence without making the delusion the only topic. Be available for other aspects of life. What doesn't work well is debating facts or presenting quote unquote evidence, dismissing it as just fiction or crazy. Pretending to fully believe it can reinforce and erode trust later, and getting emotionally reactive or taking accusations personally. Yeah, I don't know. Ugh. There's like so much fucking information that I don't know. I just have to stick with my personal belief, like bodily autonomy. Um, so long as bodily autonomy is not violated, therefore, there's nothing really wrong with it, unless it is advocating for real world harm, or uh, or it is photorealistic. So photorealistic. If there's any gaps within that my philosophy when it comes to lolly. I mean, I could just tack that on. But other than that, I mean, I had a job, you know, where I used to repair laptops and desktops around freaking minors, and obviously I never had any attraction to anything, except for that one teacher. She was really cute. We ended up going on a date, but I don't know. She had a kid with another dude, and that guy was like 57, 51 years old, and I was like, what? No, thank you. No, thank you. Okay. Okay, so he said we agreed the time would be 1 p.m. Central. Is he on? He's not on. There's me. Ah. I don't know. I may actually start using Streamlabs a little bit more. This is, but then I gotta start paying for it. No, fuck that. Let's see. Okay, that's a bot light. Yeah, delete that. And that one as well. I guess I could argue the philosophy, but I also have a problem with the tier 2 system of it. The let's see. Oh yeah, I was getting the yeah. I told him 1 p.m. Central Time, and he said, "Yeah, that's fine." Something must have snagged him up or something. Okay, I guess I'll just go ahead and say what I need to say, and I don't know. He can just look at this. Um, One, I don't want to hurt you, and I don't mean in terms of like physical or anything like that, Mike. I mean that in terms of like your actual well being. Point is, the discussion about lolly is a wedge issue. And that's basically all it is. It is a literal wedge issue. It is designed to create conflict similar to the effect of black versus white, male versus female, that forces the two sides, that forces people to take one of two sides to where they form their own generalizations and their own opinions about the other side based on their echo chambers and what they themselves and their perspectives see about the other side as they dehumanize the other side based on the radicalization of the few bad eggs. If I can actually show, I wish I can honestly show a private message. No. Yeah, I wish I could actually. I really don't like Streamlabs. I wish I could actually show the chart that I have, but I guess I'll just use my hands. So what we're dealing with here in terms of like all those social issues in terms of race, gender, sexuality, you know, what have you, and including the lolly debate. You have the good guys over here and you have these guys over here, right? So in terms of a lot of discussion, you have the anti-lolly and you have the pro-lolly. One side thinks the other side is bad and the other side thinks they're the only side that's good. If you think like that, you're more than likely getting more radicalized due to lots of anxiety, lots of depression, and constant feels of attacks from the other side, where the only safe way you feel is with people that think like you and share the same opinion as you. Now, I, for one, do not think like that because, one, I do have other people that I follow who don't like lolly. They don't like it. They don't like to see it. But at the same time, they respect the space. So there are those types of people like Mama Akko, Asmongold, V, and they do understand like when it comes to legislation, that can be a very slippery slope because then who decides what is too sexual for anyone for that matter? And the reason why I have an issue with it in terms of legislation is because it operates, and I see it in your UK system, it operates like a two-tier system, just like the two-tier system that we had here in the US during the George Floyd riots, where people who happen to be white end up, you know, defending people around them, and those people end up getting arrested and charged, and they have to go through the court process, not because they did something wrong, but because they were actually they had the audacity to use self-defense to either defend themselves or defend the people around them purely because the person that they were defending themselves from was a minority. So it creates an unbalanced weight that only targets one group of people and completely ignores or favors the other. And that's how I see the what is that thing called again? Hold on, I gotta find it. It's called the non something. It's the UK. Well, anime drawings. Hold on, I gotta refresh this damn thing. UK law on anime drawings being too sexual. Yeah, it's called the Coroners and the Justice Act of 2009, Section 62. And the reason why I have a problem with it is it operates as a two-tiered system that's mainly used, and there's a lot of criticism for that it's mainly used to target mainly the lower class, but it really doesn't target the upper class in any way, shape, or form. And then not only that, I also have issues with the censorship of art, so long as it doesn't violate the bodily autonomy. I know you can't tell the difference in everything, and that's fine. I can't change your perspective on that. But yeah, I do not trust legislation like that. I don't trust it. Asmongold don't trust it. A lot of people don't trust it. Let's see. And yeah, so it wasn't even photographic. So Mimi wasn't even arrested for photographic. She was arrested under the Coroners and the Justice Act 2009, which I don't really consider that as CSAM. I'm more aligned on the idea of like protecting children of the violation of their bodily autonomy. Because I don't like the idea of like, because it has this hint of social murder if you're quite familiar with it. If you're not familiar with it, social murder is just basically, I'll give you the Frederick Engels version. Evil capitalism or products in capitalism that is causing harm to the proletariat to the point to where the proletariat is suffering, aka the child is suffering within society, and the bourgeois and the rich people, or the bad people in general, are the ones that benefit off of of the proletariat or the children and their suffering. And because they benefit off that surplus, it's considered exploitation. And that's what it kind of sounds like with the whole anti-lolly position. It's just another form of woke, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people said that they were going to be against. But ultimately, when you don't understand what woke is in terms of socialism, it's just a matter of switching out the labels where you'll say, well, I'm totally against this, but then when it comes to this, I'm totally for it, despite the fact that you say you're against it. Because, not a lot of people always have their foot in the ground when it comes to a firm position, when it comes to being against socialism. They do have their grievances of what would be permissible so long certain things are done in the right way. But that's the thing, is socialist policies will never be done in the right way in any way, shape, form. Let's see. Who's in the message? Yeah. So, I mean, I guess if you don't see, if you don't show up into the live stream, I guess I can just, forward this to you. But I'm not giving up on my position, and obviously you're not going to give up on yours. But instead of us debating on who's right and who's wrong, I think what we should be doing is establishing some form of trust system where, despite the fact that we have these vast different perspectives on lolly and anime and entertainment as a whole, we should be establishing some form of trust, because obviously Twitter doesn't make it any better when you see a lot of people behind those two groups that I was mentioning, right? You know, the anti-lolly and the pro-lolly side. But on the outer rim of this circle are the people that want everyone in the center of the circle to fight one another. And it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, but everyone in the center is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller as they're getting radicalized to the point to where it starts to close in on itself to where it blows up. So, you know, there's that. And I'm sorry, like, Jesus Christ. Hope he's okay. I sent him a message, so. And I am 1 p.m. Central, so I told him 1 p.m. Central. Like, I wish I could show it on here. How do you show it on here? Wait, is this it? Oh, okay, this is it. So I can do this. Let's see. Just give me a screen clipping. Because I am hot under this fucking lamp light. Jesus Christ. Oh, and also, Mike, if you're watching this, I honestly do want to apologize on that little scuffle on what happened in Twitter. And like I said earlier, I don't know if I said it on this one. I said it on the other one, and I had to delete that one and start this one. But Technicals was right. I don't know if you know Technicals. He's basically the USA version of you, but he uses racial slurs. The discussion is pointless because either way, either side is going to look like a pedophile by their own standards. You know, you think I'm a pedophile because I enjoy lolly. All right. You got a problem with Rebecca. You got a problem with Midna. Fair enough. I can't do anything about that for you. And I lost my train of thought. I can't do anything about that for you, you know, but I don't see a problem with it. I know you feel some way about it. I have no idea why you feel some way about it. You could openly explain why that is. But unfortunately, these are just two perspectives that's just not going to mean anything. It's not going to change. Because like on Twitter, it's like what Technical said. Like on Twitter, when you said your entire timeline was loaded with CP, you know, you kind of project yourself off like someone that watches it on the back end. So it's like, at first I wanted to say that, but then I thought, no, I don't think that's you. But that's one thing where you're levying your criticisms at me. I know I kind of came at you in a certain way, but it's one thing that you're more mad at me than Twitter that's throwing something that you consider completely illegal. Which, in my honest opinion, and I'm not saying this to be rude. It does, in terms of projection, make you look like a house pet when you're being paid by the website that threw what you believe is CP in your face. But you're more angry at me than Twitter, you know? So I don't know. Maybe if you see this, I'll send it to you. Just so, because it's about to be 2:00 and I need to take her to the fucking appointment. Yeah. The whole Mimi thing was, so long as it doesn't violate those principles, sorry, it's just fiction to me. And I know you've heard that tired excuse over and over and over again, but it doesn't violate bodily autonomy for me. I mean, I know it violates it for you, but that's your perspective, but it's not my perspective. So, yeah, there is that. So, I don't know if I got the time. No, I got the time zone right. I said 1 p.m. Central. I am 1 p.m. Central. Saturday is today, and it's StreamYards. Did I get it wrong? Hmm. Let me turn this lamp off. Jesus Christ. Ugh. That is hot. You must be busy. Or something must have came up. I mean, hold on. I mean, for him, it's 7:53. United Kingdom, which would be 6:00 for him. Because I say at 1, it's 7:53. Yeah. I mean, I showed up on time, but like I said, probably something important popped up, and that's far more important to me. I understand. Yeah. I don't think he's gonna show up because it was supposed to start at 1 p.m. Central, my time, which his time would be 6. It'd be 7, but it's about to go to like 8. So, I'll just leave my points on here, man. And I'm just gonna keep saying it. I'm going to apologize for how I acted on Twitter. Actually, let me turn the lamp on again so you can see me. I'm going to apologize again for how I acted on Twitter. I understand your perspective, but at the same time, I understand my perspective, and they're just not gonna. They're obviously gonna rub up against each other, like black nationalists and white nationalists, or male versus female, or Republican versus Democrat. And if it's going to be like that, I'm not going to participate in it because I'm not going to create any white nationalists. I'm not going to create any rabid feminists by radicalizing them. I'm just gonna just keep to myself, damn it. That's all I can do. But I guess I can give you a perspective of where I'm coming from, just so you can understand me from a personal perspective before I sign off. And everybody else can get a perspective of that too. I have fifth stage renal disease, along with this fistula surgery that I got when my kidneys failed. And because of that fistula surgery, I have Steele syndrome, where I get trigger fingers in my hands. I can't even play fighting games anymore, which sucks because I can't even close my left hand all the way. I can do it with this one, but I can't do it with this one. And back then, when I first got the surgery, this was the tightest that I could actually close it. And what happened with that was I could only lift up with like 10 pounds with this thing. And I can't lift up anything more than that. So after I got that, I had to quit my job because I can't lift anything past 10 pounds. And at that point, I'm just, sitting on the clock doing nothing. And they had to let me go. So and I've been on dialysis for like quite some time. And I got two nieces and a nephew. One's 18. She's about to go off on her own, and one's 12 and the other's 5. And I guess you can say, after looking at so many things in the political world, like I don't stay in the gaming sphere. Like I go in like the political sphere, the history sphere, stuff like that, philosophical sphere. And seeing the decay of the world, and then seeing like the whole Muslim invasion thing, and being more afraid of that than anything, really. And I guess that's it. Ooh, excuse me. I guess that's the same effect for most other people, where they have their own mission. You know, some people are more focused on Roblox. Some people are more focused on the ones in the park, or some people are more focused on the ones online, and in my case, I'm more focused on the whole Muslim invasion. And I was wrong to approach you like that. And it's just when you understand that culture, you know, it's very scary of what happens if Sharia law does become part of society. Because at that point, it's like, you know, what are you going to do? And how are you going to explain it to your nieces and nephew? I mean, hell, I don't know if I'd be alive at that point, let alone be able to fight or whatever. But I just want you to understand, Mike, I didn't mean no harm about it, like, at all. Like, when you look at all these politics and you look at all these topics, it can get you quite emotional in a lot of things. Hey, Shiny, how's it going? Um, Mike hasn't showed up. It was supposed to be at 1 p.m. Central. I gave him the timestamp. He said he agreed. Let me show you. I'm not going to say he chickened out because that'd be unfair. I think he had something better to do. And something probably came up, and that was more important than me. And I will not hold that against him. Just to show something that isn't necessarily being spread amongst discussions online, which is showing some compassion, you know. So I guess this is how it works, right? Yeah, right here. Oh, this is cool. You know, this, wow. I actually do like Streamlabs. This is not bad. Unfortunately, I'm not making like a stable income for me to pay for it every month. I'm on the free trial. Good, but I'm trying to clear up the allegations that my haters went against me over their fake outrage over they got reported for harassment and misinformation. Really? What happened? Yeah, like it says right here. I asked him, I said, that's fine. 1 p.m. Central Time, good for you. He said, yeah, that's fine. And I started at 1. He said it was going to be on Streamlabs. And right now it's 2:01. And I am getting hungry as hell. I'll give it another 30 minutes. I guess I could just burn a little bit more time. I mean, who knows? He may show up or not. But if not, I guess what I'll do is I'll just take this this live stream and I'll just send it to him because it's like I think he figures this that he has something better to do. So what's up, Shiny? Actually, Evie. Yeah, I just call you Evie. What's up, Evie? What's like water? It has with their falsely accusing Chibi reviews that they think he and his fans false flagging their posts. Well, I don't know too much about that. All I need to say about Chibi is he needs to get the fuck off the internet. And I don't mean like in an offensive way. I mean as in a bro's mental health is destabilizing kind of way to the point to where I don't know, when you got a person talking about he almost bit the bullet and the only thing that kept them alive was his audience. You're basically telling people online like once you lose that, you know, the bullet's insured. So and I think Appleman, he said like his close friends told him like you need to get off the internet, bro. Like that this stuff is wrecking you. But yeah. They've been leaking the private chat all over. Really? Let me check. Da, 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 da. Now, how do you add? Oh, there's screen share. Wait. Oh, I gotta remove that and put this there. Okay. Wow, I like this. This is cool. I gotta thank him. He introduced me to something new. Like I've always seen people stream on this, but I never knew what the name it was. So where is it? I should probably not go any further than that. I've been telling to report these videos and posting harassment and misinformation, but these haters are playing the victims. Well, I'll be honest with you, Evie. I'll be really honest with you. I really don't care anymore. Because yeah, I actually need to show you that. But we'll look at this first. No, false flaggings. Two reviews as being a hypocrite right now because he was exposed for being a mass flagging group chats recently. There's one to talk about this, but not the fact that he got caught in those mass flagging group chats encouraging the false flaggings. I mean, all I see is mythical. Is mythical the only one talking about it? Many other people, including me, would falsely struck down after exposing cheerleaders for being in and encouraging. I mean, I'm slow when it comes to this kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm kind of slow to this kind of stuff. I cannot tell what I'm looking. Despite the fact I'm a millennial, I act like a boomer when it comes to this kind of shit. But let me use this more. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, stop screen share. I'm not gonna lie, this is actually pretty. I like this software. Now, where was I think it's this. Right, this is what I actually want to show. So I was doing some researching on AI on Grok, and this recently came out on March 5th of this year. And this is the reason why, honestly, it's pointless to debate the whole Wally position, Evie, on both ends, because it's a wedge issue. Like I said earlier in the video, or early in the live stream, it's a wedge issue. It's designed to be divisive. There's not supposed to be a winner. In fact, if there is a winner, there will be dead bodies on both sides, because there's not going to be. It's not going to be a one side thing. It's going to be a both side thing. And arguing against the perspective of a person that can separate fiction from reality versus someone that can't separate fiction from reality is as pointless of an endeavor as trying to convince somebody of that one optical illusion with that dress where it's like black blue or white gold. It's completely pointless, because no matter how you debate it, you can't convince that person that what they're seeing is not what they're seeing, or what they're seeing is what they believe. So with that being said, I'm not participating in the whole, anti-lolly bullshit anymore. I may come out with a video just to cleanse the herd from my subscriber count, just in case I get some, some retards in there, just to make sure I'm thinning the herd. But like, other than that, I think that's the last time I'm going to be like talking about this like ever again, because this article has given me some highlight on what I may actually be doing to people either it be either or the side, doesn't really matter. That if they have some form of schizophrenia or bipolar disease, and they're like really entrenched in these delusions, you may be causing more harm than good. And if that's the case, if they do something to a child or they do something to somebody else, you're equally as responsible. So I don't want to do this anymore. Right? So when I end the stream, because I'm not going to be on here for long, when I end the stream, I'm just going to send him this, and a comment will be fine. He doesn't have to send me a video back or anything. The point, if someone thinks the person is a predator, they should just report the police. Right. And just don't talk about it on here. Exactly. I do agree with that. I do agree with the idea that if someone is a predator and you have solid evidence, don't talk about it on the internet. Take it to the police, because again, you're causing more harm than you are causing good. And then another thing, when people do that kind of stuff, right? Especially if we're talking like Discord. If they're doing that on Discord and they snitch and they get all the evidence, right? And they make a video and they expose them and stuff like that, nothing happens. But something does happen. And what happens is that in the event that what you said was true, if it was true, that they were doing weird things to children in Discord and sexting them, and you're not taking that to the authorities, because some of these videos, they do take them to the authorities, but some of them, they don't. They just make videos and make money off of them. And that's another point I think you need to also understand, Mike. Like, a lot of people are, when I say we are getting sick and tired of the performative outrage, like we're getting really sick of it, because we're getting sick of people saying they found something, but they don't send it to the authorities. They make a video, make money off of it, and just call it a day, and nothing changes. And when they do things like that, especially if they're doing something like in terms of like Discord and exposing something on Discord, well, then what they're doing is they're giving the perpetrator the ability to delete the evidence, right? So if they're deleting the evidence, well, then guess what? It makes it a lot harder to get them. And they do it a lot better. But yeah, this article, I'm going to put it in chat. Yeah. Let's see. Did I get anything? No. Because in the UK, it's like 8 o'clock right now. So, and let me check, make sure. No, he's not on. I hope he's all right. Not to mention, these influencers who are doing the predator catcher stuff are not aware that they can get arrested or Minecrafted. Yep. Ooh, that's cool. Not to mention, influencers who are doing the predator catcher stuff are not aware that they can get arrested or Minecrafted. I'm guessing you mean like, no, they're aware of that. Trust me, they're aware of that. They bring guns. I think, especially with Gideon, I think the white guy that be with him, he be carrying some heat. I know Skeeter be having one. I don't know about Alex. But yeah. Yeah, it's 2:15. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna be doing all that crap anymore. Like, I guess I'll just watch anime. I haven't really watched anything new lately. And then one of the other things that I wanted to tell Mike was in that live stream, I had to really get on him about his terms. Is that you don't call an ecchi anime an anime. You call ecchi an anime. Because you don't want to conflate the terms. Because if you conflate the terms and a child is listening, they're going to think it's a normal anime. And then next thing you know, you're putting softcore. I wouldn't say it's softcore porn, but like you're putting risque material in the hands of a minor. So, they're hearing the title. It's a new anime. They watch it, and then next thing you know, they're watching loose sexual things. Not too sexual, just, the side of a boob or some under boob or a peek under the skirt, stuff like that. So you definitely want to be careful with that. It's like, God forbid you start going around calling Bible black anime. It's like, okay, look, we're going to have to stop you. If not, we're going to have to tell you to get the fuck out. Because you can't be twisting terms like this, bro. You can't be twisting terms like this, bro. No. You just can't. You just can't. Yeah, I like Streamlabs. It's not bad. Not bad. Not bad. But yeah. Yeah, it's like 2:18. I guess I'll just end it right here. Streamlabs is not bad. If only it was free. I know I'm a freeloader and everything, but like, yeah, Streamlabs is pretty good. I like it. I'm just not making money, for me to like make it a sustainability kind of thing. So yeah, that's fine. But I guess this is it. Unfortunately, he didn't show up. Probably something important popped up. Who knows? Like I said, I proved it on stream. Just let me show it again. 1 p.m. Central. It's been an hour. It's been an hour, and I have no notifications whatsoever. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, the shiny. What's up? Some people share too much online. Yeah, look me up on Twitter. Much appreciated, Shiny. Much appreciated, Evie. But man, I hate to end it right here. But I need to get something to eat. I haven't eaten anything. My grandma wanted to get something. She wanted to get some ribs because Mother's Day and everything. And I got her like a Mother's Day gift basket at the Walgreens because where we live, we have a lot of black people that open up businesses and stuff like that. Selling little baskets on the side. It had a little nice assortment. It was like she had 20 baskets, $30 baskets, $35 basket, $40 baskets. I got a $35 one. It was a pink one with some pink bottom pajamas, some slippers, candles, some other stuff in there. And she liked it. She liked it. And she managed to slip in. I ain't say nothing about no, Mother's Day dinner. She just slipped that in herself. And she's like, "You gonna pay for it?" I was like, "Pay for what?" She said, "You gonna pay for my Mother's Day dinner?" I said, "Who's it? I thought you just going up there to get something." She's like, "No, you said you." I said, "No." I'm like, "Wait, I didn't say anything about no paying for no Mother's Day dinner." I'm like, Where'd that come from?" And she was like, "You said that one time with the before." I was like, "Wait, oh, you mean when I get my stimulus? I mean, not my stimulus, my refund." I was like, "No, that's when I get my refund. I haven't got my refund yet because IRS sent me a letter. I had to fax it back to them with some corrections. I should stream something else." Hmm. You know what? Oh, wait, hold on. Just got the notification. Yeah, I just got a notification from him. So he should be on soon. Let me see what he says right here. Let me get my water. Ugh. Just waiting on him. Man, this is excruciating. So am I supposed to receive a notification? Maybe? Or is he supposed to send me a link? Let's see. I guess I'll do something while we're waiting. I guess I could just switch over to Twitter. See what's going on here. Man kicked out of jail for not having injured a woman. The hell? Wow. That is stupid. Stop. You have reached Pokemon Checkpoint. You are now legally obligated to share your favorite Pokemon with me. The anti-porn crusaders are completely insane. This psycho claims that this dude draws underage yada yada. And it turns out it's just adult characters in the Nintendo Meet. Wait, what? I'm not going to click that. Actually, hold on. Let me check this. Ain't nothing on here. Nothing that I can see. Weird. There are things that according to the UK law, this would be pedophilic content worthy of an arrest. According to those pro-censorship, a large quantity of which live in the UK, where BAFTA is, this content makes you a pedophile if you enjoy it because it is teenagers and displaying and sharing it shows pedophilia. What? So should I file a report to BAFTA for distribution of what their government calls child abuse material? Because according to pro-censoral people, this is criminal. What the hell? Oh, that weird fucking game. Oh, God. That's basically the hypocrisy. I mean, there's some people talking about it, but not to the degree of like, Japanese art, which it does kind of come off as xenophobic. Kinda. Because at the end of the day, you can find the drawings disgusting, weird, and creepy. That is true. But note that they are still just drawings. Green Reddit is the same. What the fuck is Green Reddit? It's the same site that calls it all that stuff, but shares it around 24/7. You don't see me posting it around because I have zero interest in it. I find it weird. I think Green Reddit is projecting, and they enjoy it and feel shame. Interesting. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it that way. So we're not going to do it live stream, guys. We're going to talk in private and see how that goes. So, yeah. Yep. Let's zoom in. It's not the game, but the real horse races. I'm watching some horse races. Yeah. I think I'll do that. Yeah, let's do that. I mean, it's not like it's some fucking debate or some shit, anyways. All right. So, I don't know. I may pop on again later on today. And I should have something planned. So, until then, take care. Be safe. Sorry that we didn't. To be honest, I think it's just more. It was just Twitter. I don't really have any hatred towards the guy, so it's like, whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna go talk to Mike on Discord. So I'll catch you guys later. Take care, be safe. God bless.